Your body has been telling you something about your business for a long time now. The fatigue that doesn't go away after you sleep, the joint pain that flares up every Sunday night, the gut issues, the brain fog, the anxiety that sits in your chest like a weight you've just learned to carry. Most people in the business world will just tell you to push through it. Take the supplements, optimize your morning routine, hire a health coach. But what if your inflammation is not a health problem? What if it's really a business problem? I'm going to make the case today that your nervous system has been running a more accurate report on your business than your P&L has. And once you see it that way, you can't unsee it. I was diagnosed with ankylosing spondylitis, a chronic autoimmune disease that attacks the spine, at 26 years old. I also run a successful real estate appraisal business. I homeschool my 2 kids, and for years, I wore all of that like a badge of honor. I was the woman that could handle it all. I had systems, I had routines, I had a calendar that accounted for every single hour, and what I didn't have was a body that could just keep going. And here's what nobody told me. The business advice that I was following was actively making me sicker, not because I was weak, but because the model was wrong. The hustle framework is built for a body that is infinitely renewable, but mine wasn't, and I'm willing to bet that yours isn't either. So today, I want to talk about what your inflammation is telling you, and what you can do about it from a business perspective, not just a wellness one. Here is something that your rheumatologist probably won't tell you. Chronic inflammation is almost always downstream of chronic stress. And chronic stress is almost always downstream of a business model that is asking more from your nervous system than it can actually give. Not more than you can give emotionally, but more than your biology can sustain. Think about the architecture of how most of us run our businesses. We are the decision point for absolutely everything. Every client question, every strategy call, every team issue, it all flows through us. What that means neurologically is your threat detection system, your nervous system, it never fully turns off. You are never not at work. Even when you're at your kid's soccer game, your body is physically waiting for that notification. That is not a productivity problem. That is a structural problem. Your immune system is responding to the structure of your business, not to a virus. I want you to sit with that for a second. Your body is not broken. Your business model is. So let's get specific, because I don't think inflammation is random. And I don't think it's just bad luck. I think it's information. And I want to give you a framework for reading it. Signal number 1, you are the single point of failure. If your business cannot function for 48 hours without your input, your nervous system knows it. Even when you're resting, some part of your brain is on standby. That sustained low-level activation is inflammatory, and your body needs a redundancy built in to calm that. Signal number 2, your revenue model requires constant output. If you only get paid when you show up, your body has no concept of a safe day off. Every rest day becomes a financial threat. That is not a mindset problem. That's a business problem. And your cortisol levels are responding accordingly. Signal number 3, you've built your business around your best days. This one hit me really hard. I had built my systems, my workflows, my team expectations around a version of me that felt good. But I don't always feel good. And when I don't, I fail my own systems, which creates shame, which creates more stress, which creates more inflammation. The business model has to be built around your worst days, not your best ones. That's not pessimism, that's sustainability. Signal number 4, your boundaries are performative, not structural. A lot of us have learned to say, I don't work weekends. But if a client emails you on a Saturday, you feel the anxiety of not responding. Somehow, your nervous system didn't get the memo. Structural boundaries are built into your systems. Autoresponders, client agreements, team protocols. Performative boundaries are just intentions, and your body can tell the difference. So what does a business look like when it's designed around a body that has limits? When it's designed around a nervous system that needs recovery, not just efficiency? I'm not going to give you a 12-step system. I'm going to give you 3 questions because that's what I actually used. Question number 1, What would this business look like if I had a bad health day every single Wednesday? Not a catastrophic day, but just a I can't be at full capacity kind of day. Would your business survive? Would your clients be okay? Would your team know what to do? If the answer is no, that's your first project. Not a new marketing strategy, not a new offer, this. Question number 2. Where am I the bottleneck because of ego, not because of necessity? There are things only you can do. Your specific expertise, your client relationships, your strategic decisions. Everything else is a choice that you are making to stay involved. And that choice comes with a cost. I had to really get honest with myself about how much of my bottleneck was actually about control and not capability. Question number 3. Does my revenue require my body to show up? If yes, what is one thing I can do this quarter to begin to decouple my income from my physical presence? One retainer, one digital resource, one team member who can take over a task for me? Just one thing. Start there. These aren't magic, but these are questions that started changing the structure of my business in a way that my inflammation actually responded to. Not perfectly, not immediately, but my body started to feel like it was not in a constant state of emergency. I want to say something to the woman who's watching this and recognizing herself. You are not weak for getting sick. You are not failing. You are just doing exactly what you were taught to do. Equating exhaustion with commitment, fatigue with virtue, and overwhelm as proof that you care enough. That is not a character flaw. It's a belief system. And it was installed in you far before you ever started your business. But here's what I know to be true, and it is something that I've built all of my work around. Ambition is good, but ambition without a finish line will eventually start to use your body as fuel. Growth should serve your life, not consume it. And enough is not a surrender. It is actually the most important word in your business vocabulary. Your inflammation is not telling you to quit. It is telling you to define what enough looks like, physically, financially, emotionally. And once you have that picture, build a business that protects it rather than constantly threatens it. That is the work that I do with the women I coach. Not how to scale faster, not how to optimize harder, how to find your version of enough and then structure everything, your business, your team, your time, your life, around protecting it. If that's a conversation you're ready to have, the link to apply for coaching is in the description. It's an application because I only work with a small number of women at one time, and I always want to make sure it's the right fit. And if you're not there yet, if you're still in the part of your journey where you're trying to figure out whether the hustle was ever worth it, stay here, subscribe, keep watching. This channel exists because I believe you deserve the framework before ever spending $1. You built something real. Now let's make sure that it doesn't cost you everything to keep it. Thanks.